What's happening, everybody? To the people that come on the channel for the music stuff, got a list something for you. About to do 2 albums. I ain't gonna do them all on the same video, but this right here is gonna be Creed 2 soundtrack. And so, is this like an album? Is it more of a soundtrack type thing? This is definitely soundtrack. Like, I don't think you can substitute this and be like, man, this could just jam. To me, it doesn't really feel like that. Like, there are a few songs on here that's pretty good, but overall, like, in the context of it being a movie soundtrack, you can hear where some things would be like, oh, that don't make sense for the movie. But like, as far as just like songs, it's like, it's not the best songs in the world. And then they have a whole little section of the album, well, not section, but songs, and you like, wait up, they got some fake ass Knuck If You Buck, some old Lil Scrappy type songs and stuff. But then I look at the titles and see who is on there, and like one of the fake songs, I say fake, like it's trying to like recreate that Knuck If You Buck, Knuck, like that old 3 6 Mafia Crime Mob shit. They got Crime Mob on there. They went back and got Crime Mob. Like, when the last time they did something? But they wouldn't get them. So they got Crime Mob, they got Juicy J and them, like 3 6 Mafia people. They got a lot of people like that on the album, but then they have some big dogs. I'ma name the people. They got Lil Wayne, Bon Iver, Crime Mob, Slim Jimmy, Ears, Schoolboy Q, 2 Chainz, Nas, Rick Ross, Young Thug, Sway Lee, Ari Lennox, J. Cole, Pharrell, Kendrick Lamar, Ray Shrimmer, Kodak Black, Gucci Mane, YG, Trouble, Quavo, Juicy J, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg, Nicki Minaj, Gunna, Tessa Thompson, Ama Lou, Vince Staples, Ludwig Göransson, and LMA. So they have a lot of people on here. They have a lot of people that contributed, and man, all them people, how you gonna say it's not that good? Like, they're not all together and stuff, and they got like certain things like Crime Mob and Slim Jimmy, like Schoolboy Q and 2 Chainz and stuff. Nas and Rick Ross, they have a nice song on there. I think Rick Ross kind of outshines him. Like, Nas does his thing on there, but it's Nas is rapping about Creed on his verse and stuff, and it goes well with the song. And he's doing his thing, but he's rapping about Creed, and you know Ross is never on topic. Ross gets on there and he's just talking about what he want to talk about. But as far as a song, Ross does better in his flow and stuff. Nas, as far as like the soundtrack and what he's talking about, it goes better with the soundtrack. But it starts off with Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has the intro. It has kind of like a Rocky type beat, and he doing his thing. But then it goes into like Bon Iver, the Crime Mob, and Slim Jimmy in them track. Like a lot of them tracks and stuff is like them Knuck If You Buck, look, and put your hood up. Is a lot of stuff like that. Is a a lot. Nas and Rick Ross, I told you about that song. Young Thug and Sway Lee has a pretty good track, man. But Sway Lee always had that kind of vibe to his joints, and so it does kind of ride. The Ari Lennox and J. Cole is a nice song. Like, Ari Lennox shines on here. J. Cole does his thing, but his verse is kind of, it's like a 10-bar verse and like 4-bar bridge. So he doesn't have the longest verse in the world. And I want to get to something. Like, if you notice people past projects in recent things, you see a lot of Kendrick and J. Cole on the same projects. And most of the time, J. Cole is outshining him. J. Cole does his thing on there. I think Kendrick kind of get him on this one. On the Pharrell and Kendrick Lamar track. I think the Ari Lennox song was better, but it was more of an Ari Lennox song. Like, Kendrick Lamar and Pharrell is just like, you got a verse, I got a verse. And Kendrick Lamar, he does his thing. He does his thing on his verse. His verse is like longer than J. Cole's and stuff. And he flips his flows and flips his vocal inflections a couple times. So I give it to Kendrick on that one. Uh, let me see. You know who stood out on here? It was kind of shocking to me. I think one of the best verses on here was Nicki Minaj. It was ASAP Ferg, ASAP Rocky, and Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj did a thing on here, man. It's like her voice on the songs, like you know, some people they sound like rough or they sound like they in the studio. Like her stuff sounds so clear. Like I don't know if she recorded it somewhere else or maybe her voice just goes through like different voices and stuff have different vocal patterns and stuff and goes into the systems differently or whatever. Maybe her voice just cuts through well. Like a DMX stuff probably it's gonna be more raspy than a Jay-Z or whatever, but like her voice, it sounds so good on that beat, man. Like just on the track in general. And she spits a good verse, man. I'm not the biggest Nicki Minaj fan, but I'm not a Nicki Minaj hater either. But she does her thing. Gunna and Tessa Thompson have a song. Tessa Thompson, she's one of the lead actresses. There's Creed Woman in there. Tessa Thompson, you know her from Thor, and she played in a lot of stuff. But Tessa Thompson, like she can actually sing. Like she has one of the best songs on here. Like maybe like the fourth best song on here probably. But I like her song that she got, her and Gunna. And Gunna, I don't know too much about the brother, but he like singing on here. Like a brother named Gunna, you would think he about to be on some hardcore shit, but he kind of like have like a melodic kind of singing type thing. But it's good. Emma Lou, her stuff is like a demo. It's nothing special. Vince Staples, his track is Ella May ends it off. Is good, but I think that's Mike Will artist, so that's why he gave her that. It sounds better than a lot of stuff on her album. I don't know if this song was on her album, but this song is pretty good. This song is pretty good to finish it off, and it plays like the beginning is like the Ring intro. Track 2 is like round 1, and so on and so forth. Like the second to last song is the end of the fight, and the last track with Ella May is like the end credits or whatever. So that's how it's kind of plays. It kind of plays like that. And I can see it for like being like the movie. Whenever certain songs come on, it's gonna be like oh. But as far as like a jamming, as far as standalone songs, it's not the best in the world. As far as a movie soundtrack, I would give it a 7. As far as an album, I would give it about a. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give it a 5. I was about to say a 4.5. 4.5 or a 5. In between there, I would give it that on an album. But that's my thoughts on Mike Will Made It presents Creed 2 soundtrack. Mike Will made it. He produced the whole album and stuff. But Holla at Your Boy, I have another one I'm going to do. Holla at Your Boy, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest and the most hated. Hit that bell. Keep track with your boy. Peace out.